Hi everyone, this is Rosa Kelly. I am here today with a new tutorial for you. I'm going to be using the Neverland collection, amazing collection by Vella. I think it is perfect for a father-son type mini album full of adventure. So I hope that you can join me and we can make it together. Today we are going to be making a new fun interactive album. Now I am very excited about this collection because you guys know I love fantasy, I love pop-ups, I love interactions, so I promise you this album is going to be so much fun to make. So to make this album I'm going to be using the Vella Neverland paper collection. This collection is absolutely magical. I just love it so much. Last time I checked we were almost sold out, so make sure to grab one if you love it as much as I do. I'm gonna have the link to the store and the supplies that we're going to be using on the description box down below. So we're also going to need some chipboard, some 12x12 black cardstock. This is the Heartfelt Creations cardstock. And then to embellish the album I will use this mint spray, flowers, and the graphic 45 metal corners. So let's get started. Okay, so we are going to start with our chipboard. You want to cut two pieces that measure 10 by 8 inches, and you want to cut one piece of 10 by 2 inches for the spine. So I'm also going to need two of my 12x12 cardstock pieces. Now I'm going to join these two together and we are going to wrap the chipboard around it. So I'm just gonna place my double-sided tape and let me just cut this here. And then just let me, let's see, peel off the tape here. I'm just gonna take a little bit, as you know, so we have time to slide this over and make sure it's even. And then I'm just going to remove the remaining of the tape. So now we're gonna place our chipboard, and this is gonna be black on black, so it's probably going to be a little bit hard to see. But what you want to do is just place your spine right on the connection of these two pieces. So I'm going to place my double-sided tape on my spine. Now this album I wanted to look kind of like a storybook, so this is why I'm making a thinner spine than usual, but I still wanted to have lots of interactions, so it's gonna be fun. I'm super excited. So I'm gonna peel off the tape here. I'm just gonna take all of them out just like this, and here's one more. And then I'm just gonna place this, like I said, right on the center, up and down, and there you go. Okay, so now I'm going to add tape in these two pieces. Okay, so now I have my double-sided tape, as you can see, so I'm gonna go ahead and peel it off. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the first one. You want to make sure you leave about 1/8 of an inch spacing in between. If you don't know exactly what that is, you can use two pieces of chipboard, or I'm just using my ruler here to guide myself. So it's probably about this much. So I'm just gonna press this down. Okay, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side. Okay, so now that I have the chipboard added, I'm going to just bend the pages, or not the pages, the cardstock around the chipboard. So I'm just gonna bend and press, and let me use this right here so I can press this very nice. And I'm gonna just bend all around. Okay, so now I'm going to cut out just the extra on the sides. You just want about 1 inch around your chipboard, so you just want to cut that out so it's not too bulky. So I'm just gonna Take that out. Then you also want to cut the corners like this. Make sure you stay away from your chipboard about 1/8 of an inch, so you can see. And the good thing is black on black, so even if your chipboard shows a little bit, it really is not big deal. That's why I love working with this black chipboard. But yeah, so just cut the corners and the corners. Okay, so now that we did that, we're going to just add our tape and all 4 sides. Okay, so now we're just gonna take off the tape. You want to start with the long sides first. I'm just gonna do this, and I'm gonna just press this really nice. Then I'll do the same on the other side. And before you put down the shorter sides, make sure that you tag the little corner in. You just want to do that with either your nails or your bone folder. Just make sure that you press the corner in, so when we fold this paper, we don't have a sticky point out. So then I'm going to grab a regular piece of cardstock. Now this one is 65 pounds, and I'm going to cut it at 9 1/2. I'm going to score at 1 1/2. Then I'm going to do 3/4 inches, 3/4 inches. So we're scoring at 2 1/4 and 3 inches. Then I'm going to do half, so 3 1/2. Then 4 1/4 and 5 inches. Then 5 1/2. And then I'm going to do 6 1/4 and 7 inches. Okay, so now we're gonna fold along the score lines, and we're basically just going to pinch this, and we're gonna put the 2 3/4 inches together, and we're gonna skip the 1/2 inch, which is going to be our gussets. Then we're going to pinch the next 2 3/4 inches. Then we're gonna skip and then do the same with the next 2 3/4 inches. Okay, so I'm just gonna push them together and do one nice press so they stay like that. And then I'm gonna fold them to the other side and do another press down. Okay, so as you can see, we will have 3 signature pages on this album, and I'm just gonna put that down there. We're gonna turn this around, open it up again, and now we're gonna put our double-sided tape on one of the sides of the 3/4 inch. Okay, so then we're gonna do 1 for each of the hinges. Okay, and then I'm going to take off the tape, press it together, take off the tape, and press this together. And we're gonna take off this tape and press this together as well. And now we're just gonna press that down one more time. So now I have my 3 hinges, and on the back we're gonna fill this with double-sided tape. Okay, so now that I have my tape, I'm just gonna press this nice and hard, and I'm gonna bring my base binding back out. So what we're gonna do is place this down, and you want to make sure that your hinges, your 3 hinges, are centered in the spine like so. Now if you are afraid of placing this down with the tape, because yes, the tape, you can't really move it or adjust it, so you can always start this step with glue. We can also just peel off one of the sides of the tape. Make sure that this is center. We also want to center this up and down. And once you know where we want this, you can just take off that first tape, and then we can turn this around and peel off the remaining of the tape. So then you want to grab your ruler and find the bending point of your base, your binding, and we're just gonna score right there, and then we're just gonna help this bend, and we are going to do the same on this other side. So now we're done with the hinges, and let's work on our cover. So let's work on our cover. I selected this design, which is probably my favorite, and we are just going to do a little collage to be able to fit most of the design into the cover page. Okay, so now we have the front cover ready. I love doing this paper piecing, making it look like it's one. So now for the back, I am going to use this design, and for this one I am just simply going to cut a piece at 7 3/4 by 9 3/4. And I also inked all around it, and now I'm just going to add it into the book. So for the spine, I'm going to use this print here, the one that looks like crocodile, and I am going to cut a piece of 9 3/4, And you want these to be long enough to go around your spine. Now your spine measures 2 inches, so I will probably give it about an inch on each side. So we're gonna cut these at 4 inches. So now we have a piece like this, and I am going to first distress all the sides. I am going to just kind of softly wrap it around the spine. Make sure it's center. Now I'm not gluing it yet because first I want to make sure I got, you know, the right shape and I put it exactly where I want it. So you kind of want to massage the paper until you get the little soft bend. I don't like to score this part, and yeah, so here we go, just like that. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to add my glue on the border here. Okay, and place it right where we had it, just like right there. And then I'm gonna go all the way around with this. Don't add any glue on the bending parts. You want to give it just a little bit of wiggle room, but I am going to add glue right on the center. Okay, and then right on the edge, just like this. And then I'm just gonna continue to wrap around right where we want to have it. So now I'm going to use my Graphic 45 ornate metal corners, and I am going to pick 2. I love they have so many different choices with this set. So I'm just gonna take them all out and kind of play with these ones. I love this one's my favorite, but look at that, isn't that gorgeous? I don't know if it might be too big. Oh no, it's perfect. Oh, it's all perfect. Okay, so I'm kind of deciding if I want to do 4 or just the 2. So let me place this one there and this one here. Okay, so now I'm just going to glue it. I'm gonna be using fabric tag for this, and I just think it's a little bit stronger. It takes a little bit longer to dry, so I am just gonna place it and I'm going to hold it with a clip just so it glues really nice. And I'm gonna do the same with all the other ones. So then I'm gonna use one of these Tim Holtz little compass coins, and I just got that from my stash. So I'm gonna put a little brat on the center just to cover that little hole. I don't think I have the needles for that, but anyway, I'm just gonna use these for my spine here just to give it, you know, a little decoration. So I'm going to use my glue, and I just want this spine to lay flat, so that's why I'm trying to find something flat enough. Okay, so I'm just going to let that dry for a second. Okay, so we are done with the cover, and yeah, so next time we are going to continue building the pages and doing some fun interactive elements for this album. So I hope that you guys join me next time. Don't forget to visit JS Hobbies and Crafts. I will have the link on the description box down below, together with all the supplies that you are going to need. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.